I wonder if any of you have felt any pressures of any sort since yesterday's class. A few of you indicate that you have. That's to be expected. We have been moving forward in the pattern of the contest. Remember this, we did not ask for this contest. From the standpoint of deity, we did not ask man to fall. From the standpoint from which we function, we did not ask man to resist the patterns of deity for 20,000 years. From our standpoint, we did not ask man to crucify our Lord and King. From our standpoint, we did not require that there should be any Gethsemane for him, but there was. When he drew his last conscious breath upon the cross, lapsed into coma, the command of the battle passed to other hands than his, hands dedicated to his cause. And we are here because of that. And our purpose is to quell the revolution. For there have been those and there are those who revolted against the kingdom of our King. And they have said in their hearts that they could succeed in their revolution and maintain their rebellion. But it is not so. Our King has been long-suffering. And he has been patient that any and all who would yield and respond might not perish because of the rebellion, but rather respond and become citizens of the kingdom. And so, we have not sought the battle that looms before us. It has come to us. Unbidden, as it is put in the Gita, glorious and fair. And when the pressures come, it is time to give thanks unto God. And to be thankful that the revolution of the rebellious ones cannot be maintained forever. The battle is being joined individually and on many fronts. The pattern of the world situation, all of the things that are at work in the world on both sides, those who at any level stand for that which they recognize to be right under God, are a part of this in which we are engaged. As you have begun to recognize, the adversary is versed in some of the distorted and reversed principles of magic up to a point. But within the realms of the revolt, they do not know and cannot know They do not use and cannot use the divine forms or form of magic which is granted to our use. And so, remember this, whenever pressures appear, hold center and give thanks to God for the battle that is drawn. And remember what I've emphasized several times. It is not your business to contend with the black magicians or the patterns of black magic in the world. It is for you to remain centered and hold steady under pressure. For if there be no pressure, there can be no victory. If there be the manifestation of the power of the unreal in the world, the power in us must mount to a higher point than that power. And there can be no manifestation of power without pressure. These are unnatural and abnormal pressures because of the situation in the world, mirage, in the realm of illusion. But the things of this realm of illusion must pass away, and those who are subject to them must make a choice and choose whom they will serve. We have been using the Old Testament patterns to provide you with a setting for the true working of the power of God, the true principles of magic, and so that you could more readily feel and know the fact that you are in eternity, and that which was true 2,000 years ago or 4,000 years ago is true today. So that you may function from the standpoint of eternity and not from the standpoint merely of a moment of time and the cycle outworking, not limited to the concepts of a short cycle of existence on this earth. And so that you may recognize that the longings of your heart, which would avoid the pressures that arise, are legitimate, for we all long for that day when the Prince of Peace shall rule supreme upon the earth. But do not let them be used by the adversary to make you turn from the fray, or to yield your place of responsibility, for that would only prolong the agony and bring havoc to yourself and to others. We are not here to play children's games. We are here to be men and women, citizens of the kingdom in the service of our King. Yesterday the world witnessed the pageantry, the symbolism, and the depth of meaningfulness in the hearts of millions inherent in the crowning of a queen. A queen in one of the realms of this world. And it is well. But if there be anything symbolical, meaningful in that, it suggests how much more meaningful is our endeavor, which shall return this world to the kingdom of our King.